guys, I'm Dylan,
And I'm Daniel.
and you're watching the set list. So first off today, we got a story about the Arctic Monkeys. They have been in talks about releasing a new album in 2018, and it's been a while since their last album. Actually, it's been the longest it's been since they've released an album apart from each other. So it's been about 4 years now, right?
Yeah. So the news broke when the bassist Nick O'Malley was talking to a biking magazine because he's actually an avid biker.
Yeah.
And it just got brought up in the conversation. When's the album coming out? And he said they're actually starting recording. It was earlier in the week on Wednesday, so it's good to hear that.
Yeah, and he said if it isn't out by 2018, we got problems. So
that I'm pretty confident in that statement. You know,
me too.
That it's very assuring.
Yeah.
So sweet. Next up we have XXXTentacion. He has been there's been a lot of drama with a domestic abuse case that he's being charged with, in addition to many other things. The news in the story is the trial got delayed, but let's take you through how we got to this point. So last year, Florida musician Joseph Offery brought up on domestic charges, including battery of a pregnant woman, domestic battery by strangulation, false imprisonment, and a slew of other charges. So no one really knew any of this was going on because he was pretty unknown at the time. Then he released his debut album, which skyrocketed to number 2 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. And when this happened, Pitchfork obtained the testimonies that this victim was giving to the court and published it out to the world. And it was pretty shocking, some of the stuff in there, just of... She was accusing him of all this terrible stuff, including him being super manipulative, just beating her up randomly, and it was pretty sketchy.
I mean, honestly, sometimes good artists can have bad reputations, but this is a completely different, out-of-hand story.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, it's a trial, just accusations, so, you know, we're supposed to give benefit of the doubt until they find some evidence that shows otherwise, but he is pleading not guilty. Right now, the trial has just been delayed again, so we still have a little bit of time out until we find out the bottom of the...
Yeah, so we'll find out if it's true or not. So next we got Billboard Top 100. It's actually the first time since 2015 that 2 rock bands have been on the Billboard Top 100, which is pretty sad to me.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that the 2 bands, Imagine Dragons and Portugal the Man, I would say those songs wouldn't really even be 100% classified as rock music or even alternative rock in some cases. So it's just weird to see that paradigm shift that continues to move over toward hip-hop.
It's amazing how you just think that in past decades how the biggest artists were usually rock artists, you know, like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and Van Halen, all those bands, and the Beatles. It's kind of like, it's just amazing to see nowadays how different it is, you know. But hopefully in the future it'll come to a turn.
Yeah, I mean, people just need to make good music, and I don't think there's any absence of rock out there, but people just have a different taste currently.
Yeah.
And I feel eventually it'll shift back the other way, but right now it keeps going more and more in the
pop and rap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
The next story we have is DJ Khaled and Diddy are teaming up to put together a music talent show.
Yeah, and I haven't seen one of these in a while. America's Got Talent.
Yeah, it's just another talent show. But the gimmick here is it's called The Four. Supposedly, these are all rumors, but they're pretty accurate coming from TMZ. And it's going to consist of 4 judges, a producer, a music mogul, someone who's going to perform with the band, and a songwriter, or the person who's in the talent show. Right. So I guess that's sort of the hook of the show, but based off of that, I don't know if it's going to be enough to really have it stand out amongst America's Got Talent,
American Idol,
The X Factor, all that kind of stuff.
The Voice too.
There's so many talent shows.
Like you got Boy Band that came out, you know, at least recently, and that was a flop, and a couple other talent shows. But I don't know. What do you think the premise of this is? To find new singers, new rappers?
I feel like they're just trying to take advantage of their star power and seeing if that will be enough to really cement an audience. But there's so much competition out there. Unless they can find some really unheard of talent, then I don't think it's gonna go much anywhere.
Oh,
But
we'll have to see.
yeah, we'll see when they release more official information about it.
We'll definitely let you know when the first episode drops. And now we got what dropped this week.
Starting with singles. First we have lyrical hero Super Duper Kyle, who released 3 refreshing singles on Friday. All of Mine featuring Made in TYO, Off of It featuring TY$, and finally Sunshine featuring Miguel.
Hip-hop tag team Run the Jewels has released their latest single, Mean Demeanor, to promote the upcoming release of FIFA 18.
Alternative pop singer-songwriter Banks released her second single, Underdogs, for her sophomore album.
And Marky Basie made a name for himself earlier this year when he premiered the single Plot Twist. Now he's back again with So Simple, a song featuring G-Eazy to tease his upcoming album, Gossip Columns, which will be out October 13th. All right, next we got albums.
After pushing their debut studio album back to 2018, the dance rock trio Echosmith put out a EP entitled Inside a Dream to hold fans over.
And Miley Cyrus has calmed down a bit to return to her roots for her 5th studio album, Younger Now.
North London rock outfit Wolf Alice dropped their second album, Visions of a Life.
And Canadian rapper and songwriter Party Next Door released 7 Days.
Finally, we have bassy heavy AC Slater's new album, Outsiders, which will vibrate the very essence of your being.
And finally, we have videos. First, we got David Guetta with Justin Bieber, To You music video. It was a pretty interesting concept, and it was kind of like 2 people in alternate dimensions, just kind of seeing how the same scene plays out in various different ways.
Yeah, so they took that scene where it's a guy breaking up with a girl at a diner, you know, a very iconic scene. So many people have done it, and they just played around with it with little different alterations, and it's a very interesting watch. I thought it was pretty cool. Next, Rush shares a visual for his song Ride Slow, and I thought it was a pretty cool video.
Yeah, I really liked the visuals in it. It was just him, riding in the car with his girlfriend, and it's just kind of like the cinematography was really well done. I really liked the late night driving vibes I got from it.
Yeah, and it really captured the meaning that he put into his lyrics of the song about how he kind of is missing his girl who he's riding with, and it kind of just shows her ghost being represented in the car. But yeah, overall it was a pretty cool video.
Yeah. Lil Yachty just released a music video for Lady in Yellow, and there was a lot of yellow and a lot of nonsense.
Yeah. If you want to see Lil Yachty bounce on a trampoline while being surrounded by the color yellow, then this video is for you.
Bad Sons just released a short little 5-minute documentary about themselves, kind of just talking about their experience on this latest tour. And I really enjoyed it because I'm a really big fan of Bad Sons. I've interviewed them before. It's just kind of nice to see them actually enjoying themselves on tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool to get that kind of in-depth look into the touring band's lifestyle, and especially if you're a fan of them, it's a behind-the-scenes look that not a lot of people get to see.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Radiohead unveiled a new version of Bloom, recorded with legendary orchestra maestro Hans Zimmer. And they were doing this to promote BBC's new program, Blue Planet 2. So they put out this really cool video showing all these wildlife, fish, you know, it's about the ocean, and with this powerful song in the background. And it's already a great song, and then the reimaginement of it with strings and just a whole orchestra.
Sounded amazing.
Very cool, very cool. We'll check that out. The final video of the day is the Falcon Marching Band of Bowling Green State University, a school in rural Ohio, did an entire Panic at the Disco halftime show during a recent football game. And they played hits such as 9 in the Afternoon, Victorious, and I Write Sins, Not Tragedies. If you like marching bands, like I was in marching band, so I can just appreciate all the hard work and effort that had to go into the whole ordeal. So
Absolutely, and there's a lot of big fans of Panic at the Disco, so I'm glad they actually performed that at a football game. And they also did LED Devotee, making the symbol as they march, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely a cool thing.
All right, guys, so that's all for this week.
Yeah, let us know. What did you like? What did we miss? Any comments you had, please share it down below.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.